Welcome back, everybody. Kuro794 here, and today we are here just to have a little talk. I want to talk to you guys for a minute. Just because I think something we really need to address is how the meta is changing for this game, specifically voiced part for Jojo. Now, if you've been watching my videos, you'd know that for months and months and months, I've been saying voiced Fordro should never get an awakening. He is already the best unit in the game, and level 80 would ruin it. If Fordro comes back as a featured unit on a banner with level 80, all of top 100 will just be him, which will completely ruin the game. Now, he did get his awakening. That happened. But, I think they did it right, actually. The way that they did his awakening, I like it. I like that Fordor got an awakening. Not that he got an awakening in general, but specifically this way. Here's why. I'd say there's a lot of reasons. But first off is just the situation around it. Not just Fordor himself and how he got an awakening, but what they did first. Is that I really love about this. So, obviously, as you know, the Jojo Pitter Patter Pop, it's usually just Fordor and another unit, Fordor and another unit. Maybe, like, Fordor would be unusable, so for 1 or 2 score attacks, Diablo would be up there, or, like, Voiced Kakyoin would be up there. It's like, oh, okay, it's a little different, but then it goes right back to Fordor again. It's like, if he gets his awakening, it's just gonna be even worse. We're just gonna see more Fordor. It's gonna be so bad. But then, boom, VCAC comes out. Well, not specifically VCAC, there already was a VCAC. I'm talking about Glasses Kakyoin, Kakyoin version 4. Everybody was starting to say Glasses Kakyoin was going to rival Fordro. Glasses Kakyoin may now be the best unit in the game with level 80 implied. I was like, I mean, I kind of get it. I was like, huh, wow, okay. He does a lot. I mean, I know he was boosted and so was Voiced Vanilla Ice, and obviously made them both scalable 4. But that team, even with the double boost, was doing like 250 million on that score attack. Oh my god. So it's like, oh, okay, wow. Okay, so maybe you want Kakyoin at level 80. Then, right after, Fordor level 80 comes out. It's like, oh, okay. So, first they made a unit that might be able to rival Fordor before they gave him his awakening. I love that. I love that instead of making Fordor the, like, undefeatable best unit in the game by far with no chance of anyone catching up, before they awakened him, they gave him a unit that could kind of catch up to him. I still think Fordor is the best unit in the game by a long shot, because Kakyoin is incredibly hard to run with a wide variety of units, unlike Fordor. But I do like that they actually just made it so there is someone up there who could contend. There was another unit you might be able to pull out, even though he has a level 80 awakening. I was like, you know what? Cool. Yeah, and then I think we also need to talk about just, like, the other stuff. This new whole, like, festival limited concept. Oh, okay. So there will be characters that were featured during special events, like how Stray Cat Kira came out during Anniversary, will now only be featured during other special events or when festival banners are on. Okay, that's nice. Why not? The first time when I made that news video, I didn't even realize Voice Part 4 Jotaro was in that list. I was like, oh, wait a second. Oh, oh. So they gave him level 80, right? But then now there's a 0.25% pull rate on him on every festival banner. You don't just have to wait for him to come back as a featured unit. That's great. They made it so, like, level 80 Fordoro is significant. It's like so much more important than it was before. Because you have to pull multiple copies of Fordoro, you can't just pull one copy on his banner and say, yay, I'm done. No, you have to keep getting them. Now, on every single festival banner, there will be people like me who will summon on the festival banner and pull dupes of Fordoro, or pull him for the first time even. The fact that they made him, I would argue it makes him easier to get than it was before. The fact that he's going to be on so many banners and be featured on other banners, I really like that they made him a little bit easier to pull, even if it's not much. There is always a chance to pull Fordoro every time you're summoning on one of those festival banners. So, they made it just, like, not as discouraging. Like, one of my main arguments was just that, you know, oh, Fordoro at level 80 will make it so much harder for new players to come in and feel like they'll ever have a chance at being one of the top players. Because they'll need to pull that unit 4 times, which is like, you know, extremely difficult. And now, they can kind of just come in and go, oh, okay, so maybe I'll just pull him eventually and then I can use him. Not like I have to sit there and save for him so I can pull him 4 stinking times. I love that. I really do love that. And just the fact that it's not... Especially, I like how they did his EX sticker, because it's good. His EX sticker is good. After 140 panels are cleared off the board, it might be erased, but if 4-0 time counts as erased, that should probably be every loop. Then it makes a box. I'm not sure if it's a box of him or a partner box, I don't remember exactly. But even if it is just a partner box, which would be worse. A box of him is better, but even if it is just a partner box, that helps. There was score attacks where you have to specifically go out of your way to make boxes while you're out of 4-0 time. And now the game just does it for you. I mean, that's great. His EX sticker helps, but it's not busted. It's not like, oh, adds intensified panels to the board every loop or something like that, like Hio's is. Well, Hio's isn't every loop, but you know what I mean. It just, I don't know, before, I was thinking, this is horrible, I never want to see this, I never want to see 4-0 Awakening get an Awakening. I am now legitimately excited to wait till 4-0 is a featured unit again, and then just, like, summon for him. I'm like, oh wow, my first level 80 limited unit, and it's the best unit in the game. I'm excited to try to go for that, which I will be going for. I'm just gonna go super whale, I'm just gonna keep spending gems till he's level 80, and my bank account might suffer, but I have to take that, risk. It's just, I don't know, I feel like they did it really well. Other people in the community are responding well to it too. Especially with the festival limited thing, people are going, oh wow, I didn't pull Diavo, but because voiced Gyatso was on the banner, I have him now, and have wanted him for a long time. And other people, like, they're pulling Stray Cat Kira, or they're pulling voiced Josuke, and they're like, oh wow, this isn't what I went into the banner for, but I'm kind of happy I got it. I think it's really cool that they're sticking some limiteds in the non-featured pools, even if it is only on the festival banners. I think the game's taking a good step forward, especially with the shutdown of starter shooters. That's what I couldn't think of what the game was called. And players are going to be migrating over here, and especially with also with the announcement of Part 6. That's why I'm really hoping the announcement Part 6. I said it would be perfect to build hype for the game and for the anime if they released like a Froggiorno free-to-play unit of Jolene without a stand. People want Jolene the Rat, but that's a spoiler. Everybody knows Pitter Patter Pop is strictly against ever spoiling the anime ever. But I think just Jolene without a stand, a non-voiced version. So they wouldn't need to set up a voice actor for the anime. They would just have to have her design as a Pitter Patter Pop unit. I don't know what her skill would be. Maybe she just like punches or something. Or she's like driving a car. She drives a car past, which is like whatever the first scenes in the anime. Like, just something like that. It's like, oh, okay, easy. It builds up a Part 6 unit that people really wanted to see, even if it isn't a voiced version, and then people are happy about it. People are like, oh cool, Jolene, that means we're gonna get Part 6 stuff in the game. I might as well play for a little while and wait for my favorite characters. That would just be, I don't know, I think the game's doing really well. Maybe not in terms of like this moment, but I think towards the future, they're definitely redeeming themselves after making level 80 of things. You have an incentive to pull multiple copies of a unit, and for making trying to think of another example. Oh, making WGRs of insanely low pull rates. They're like, okay, it may be harder to get WGRs, but now it's a little easier to get cool limited units you want. Well, that's okay, right? They also gave a lot of those units level 80 awakenings. I think if you pull a duplicate of a unit who has an awakening and you don't have them level 80, that is a good pull. Like, just for example, Cicolata or like the regular version of Butarati. They're bad units. There's nothing else to it. They're bad units. Their skills are bad. They're early GRs, so their base power is a bit lower than the other ones. Not much, but it's a bit lower. But they have awakenings. You can have them as boosted units. For this score attack, I'm using Narancia and Mista, who are just regular level 80 units not boosted, because I don't have the boosted units. And they're helping me just because I pulled dupes and got them level 80. And then along with that, it's like Abakio is really good at level 80, with Fordoro especially. There's been more than one score attack where he's meta with Fordoro. It's just like, it's nice. It's nice that they're making it so there's value in pulling duplicates of units you already have, and like units that were bad before. You would now consider running a level 80 unit because they have a level 80. Like, oh, you know, before it would have been just this guy's bad, this guy's good, I'm gonna run this guy. Now it's this guy's bad, but he's level 80, and this guy's good, but I've only ever pulled him once. Who should I use? It brings like a new level of depth to the game that I really think it needed. I guess that's really it for this video. I just really wanted to get out there and talk about V4TARO has a freaking level 80 awakening. They took the best unit in the game and made him like twice as good. Level 80 means a lot. If you don't really understand, I just want to say a 4x4 with part 4 Jojo, next to Vira's, would do like 800k. And then a 4x4 with V4TARO next to my level 80 Mista would do like 1.1 million. It adds like a extra 30% to all of the damage of the rest of the match. It's a really big deal. You would definitely consider running a level 80 unit over a unit that's better than them just because they're level 80. That's why there's so many score attack videos on my channel where I'm running Mista over like the new unit or whatever. Even if I pulled the unit, I only pulled one. Mista's still going to be doing better because he's level 80. I just accidentally claimed more hearts. How far am I through this area? I already finished the bingo, yeah. I don't know, I think just the fact that they're doing this to bring a lot more to the game isn't as much as of a money grabber as it was before. Because before they were only doing non-beneficial updates. It's like level 80's a thing, but it was like, oh cool. And then they went, by the way, every single new unit that's going to come out is going to have a level 80. Like, oh great. And then, I think of another, yeah, just WGRs have insane pull rates. It's like, oh no. And then they went, oh, but older limited units you might want will be on festival banners. It's like, oh, okay. That's not that bad. And clearly very evident, if you have not seen my Diablo summoning video, I would go check that out. It's already doing very well. The fact that those limited units are on there matters. I happened to pull one of those non-featured limited units first multi. Like, oh wow, I wouldn't have gotten that otherwise. That's awesome. But yeah, I guess that's really it for just the big update here. I think they're really doing it to hype up something in Golden Week. I still telling people to skip Diablo. I mean, I didn't skip Diablo. I have a Diablo summoning video. He's right there. Oh, he's doing the cool pose. I've never gotten a close-up of him doing that. Because some characters have, like, interaction poses that are more rare than other ones. I've never actually seen him do that. Oh, there it is. That's awesome. Yeah, that's sick. But, I mean, just, yeah. I do think the game is taking a good direction. I think if they keep going this way, it'll make the game a lot more appealing to people. Honestly, it might be a little selfish with the players, but I think the next step is to give free-to-play players more gems. I think if you, like, give a lot to free-to-play players, they'll start to like the game enough where they'll spend money. That's how it was for me in Dokkan Battle. I played Dokkan and didn't spend more than, like, $20 for 5 years. I started playing on the 1st anniversary. And during 6th anniversary, I liked the game so much, I said, you know what? I really want this new unit. I'm gonna put some money in there. I think it's really good for them to start attracting a bigger free-to-play community just so the game spreads more. And so I just honestly think they should give out more gems. They are kind of already doing that with login and tickets and stuff. But I think maybe they should make a second front card you can play. Or just like make the front card give more gems or something. Like, instead of 3 for every stage and 8 for boss stages on gems, maybe they give 5 and then 10 for the final level. So instead of 20 per area, you get, let's see, math. You get 30, so you get an extra 10 gems per area. That would give you, what, like an extra 90? Yeah. Just like something like that. Something simple like that. Just to give us a little more gems so people feel like they get to summon more often. Especially because they decreased the rates on, like, WGRs and stuff. Now we need more gems to summon with. We need those gems to actually be able to pull those units at all. Too many people are getting shafted for them to want to keep playing the game, and it's just the truth. I know Renty is starting to really want to quit the game just because he got shafted so hard. It's not healthy for him to keep buying gems because they decrease the rates and he's not getting as many free-to-play gems and he can't anymore. It's just kind of sad. And so that's really what I think the next step should be. As always, guys, I appreciate all your support. Make sure to like and subscribe down below. It means a lot to me. Over there on the left, you can check out another recommended video or another one like this one. And I'll see you later.